Hello, SpeedGaming. Welcome to our mentor tournament. We have Spectralist versus Leslie Pro. I am Change, joined by Phoenix on tracking. Thank you, Phoenix, for tracking. Always good to have you. So, Spectralist is being mentored today by Wordsayer. And Leslie is being mentored by Sunwoo. They should be off in just a moment here. We are in Group H. Will be interesting to see how this seed goes. All right. We get initial item off the bat. Let's see, we got Morph Ball right off the bat here for Leslie. We'll get them synced in just a moment as soon as we see Spectralist go here. There we go. So we find Big Pink, so that's a good couple items here for Leslie. And a lot of doors to check as well. Looks like Spectralist will commit a little bit more in Brinstar than Norfair. We'll see if that nets him anything positive that we can get to. Ooh, we see Main Street, so I don't think getting up to the second door is in medium. So you can get up there from this room below, but we won't be seeing that from Spectralist, which is a good idea. It's not going to lead us to the important gravity suit that we should need to get through there. But missiles and E-Tank here in Big Pink, so you can grab the save. And Spectralist does find their way into Big Pink as well. So, so far, just a bit of blinding here to start off the seed. Always interesting to see whether when they get supers, they'll come back to this Big Pink for the super block. Not in the medium logic, but can be a good sequence break from what I've seen so far of medium seeds. And a sad death there in the cosine room for Leslie, but did save right before that, so not a lot of time lost there. We'll go back for that item, though. Should be easily achievable on our next pass through here, as long as they're careful in here. Nice deboost from Spectralist, getting the bombs fairly quickly, and Leslie Pro not far behind. So they should just head back down to the bottom of Big Pink here. I think that death was just a lot of nerves there for Leslie. Just a little mistake there cost them a little bit. Oh, there's gravity, so that'll lead them way back up there to where they already know, the Main Street. I don't think Leslie's seen Main Street, though, so they may not know where to head. But taking more opportunities to save here for Leslie, so not going to miss out on a lot of progress here by doing those extra saves. Always dislike dealing with the Rios here and Big Pink at that middle door here. I don't really like Leslie leaving Big Pink without the ammo, but not punished for it. There's just a power bomb door past there. Oh, okay. Spectrals did peek that. Didn't catch that the first time they went up there, but I don't know. But either way, let's see. Okay, Leslie is not going to go up to Main Street. That's who didn't have the Main Street info. I knew one of them didn't have Main Street info. Alright. I do like that they're farming missiles before leaving this big pink. It's a good idea. Just in case there's another missile door on the left side. But seeing double chamber there, that's not the logical direction to go. So they'll likely find the main street here. Okay, so screw attack. That would put in a few rooms, like makes a gauntlets much easier. The pillars much easier. Not sure where exactly it'll be used. There's quite a few lower Norfair rooms that are also possible. But here is our first map. Likely not Fantoon here. Yeah. Only one right door there, and it would block off a huge portion of the map there. But we got 3 majors here. Let's see. Getting to the top of Bubble Mountain will be interesting. But it is doable. I don't think it's in medium, though, so I'm not sure what exactly they're intended to do quite yet. I think those wall jumps or crossroom jump are both not in medium, but Leslie will find the screw attack that Spectralist has now. Interesting to see the complete reversal back to Norfair here for Spectralist. And Leslie will now get the map as well. See if they decide to head to these majors. Not really much to do in Norfair right now that we know of. But yeah. Oh, there's a loop to the top left door of Bubble Mountain. That's probably what they want you to do. They get that, then you can get to the... actually, no, that doesn't work because I don't have supers. So I don't know exactly what the seed wants, but I do think that we will head into this Bubble Mountain for Leslie. Can get through this bottom with the long bomb through. And Spectralist will now see the double chamber, so he's gonna, looks like, peek the item, and it's Spring Ball, so that's a nice find at least. Not something you should get right now, but it's a nice peek at the very least. And a nice farm on the other side, so with just one tank though, not really gettable in medium, I would expect. But we are gonna, well, we could get this tank as well for Leslie. So with 2 tanks, maybe we could get up there, as long as there's a loop back to it. A nice crossroom jump from Leslie. I'm not sure what difficulty that's actually in. It might be in medium. In which case, this would be the next major to get. But Spazer, being the major here, not super important, but they'll keep going through here, which will lead to bowling, which will have at least one item available to them, and that's an X, so that we've seen on the map. So, but we do see more of Norfair here on Spectralist, so pretty big divergence here. All right, only 51 health, heading towards Spring Ball and Double Chamber. So, might still loop, but that's a little bit of a weird loop there. But there's a few rooms that could be there. But supers for Leslie, so that opens up a lot more of this Bryn Star. We did see a couple green doors up above the Bubble Mountain. Oh, and ice too. So we can't get to the top of Double Chamber though, but there's ice. So if he could get spring, he could get ice, but sadly not really having any of them in logic right now. Without either Varia, space, or grapple there. Leslie, I think following more of the correct path. I think that took a wrong turn at Albuquerque there. But was heading to the middle of bowling, so unfortunate routing there. I think Leslie did try the D-boost there, but was a little early on the timing. Oh, we're going to see a bomb jump to save some health in the Hell Run, which is interesting. Not a lot of health saved there by doing the bomb jump, honestly. The Hell Run up the right side there does not take a lot of time, but the left side will be a little bit longer, but does get through. Nice actual run there. Can get to ship here and then have that save for going for these two majors here in Bryn. And Spectralist is back in Big Pink, so where will they go from here? Did not peek the left door in this room, so sadly we'll be surprised by that power bomb door. And I'm pretty sure these wall jumps are not in medium for Leslie, so likely what it wants is that early spazer room, but Leslie showing off her delayed wall jumps there. Very well done. And what is their prize? High jump. High jump is a nice quality of life find. Puts a few rooms in logic, like the grapple tutorial room. I think even worst room in the game would be doable if you had enough health or Varia at this point. But we'll grab this other major here in early the spazer room, pre-spazer. Still looking for power bombs though as well. All right, speed booster. So that's more likely the way up to that top left of ship. Having that speed there would have gotten you top left of ship, and then the high jump would have been gettable. With high jump and speed, would that put double chamber in logic is my thinking. With two tanks, maybe. Did also see a wrecked ship connection at the top of Brinstar, so that could also be our progression. Don't really need Spring Ball for anything, so other than getting that ice, probably. But a nice save, and looks to be heading up to wrecked ship, which is a good decision there. But Spectralist, unfortunately, with that Norfair detour, is a decent ways behind here. We see Magdalites for Leslie with Screw Attack. Should be manageable on 2 tanks for sure. Can get through there with 0, but had some issues with the room. Not the easiest room for sure. I've struggled with that one a lot. Ooh, and takes a hit from the Ever, but how's that save back in the Caterpillar area? Would like them to go back up to wrecked ship, honestly. I think that is a good plan to go up there. Don't give up on wrecked ship that easily. But Spectralist into this Brinstar more will grab the Spazer and likely go for the X in the bowling room. Nice 3-tile high wall jump morph there for Spectralist. And back to the Ever room for Leslie. Supers do kill these Evers, so if you're ever having issues with this, you should definitely use your supers to blast those Evers. Don't be shy. I know they do have screws, so they're probably figuring that they can do that, but better safe than sorry. Not too much to do there in Norfair. You can go through that double chamber like Spectralist did. And there was a couple majors over there, but nothing super important over there. I think the most important thing to find now is power bombs with their loadout. So I do like the wreck chip play once again, but yeah, gonna farm up a little bit before heading back up there. Yeah, I'm gonna get up to full health, then can take a lot more hits then, and hopefully they can manage the Magdalite room a little bit nicer. I did like Spectralist's use of the morph tunnel there instead of trying the long way. Saved quite a bit of health comparatively. Not that it matters because ship is right there, but good to see at the very least. And another attempt at Magdalite here for Leslie. Hopefully they take their time a little bit more. Stalling on that second platform is an option, or that first platform. Yeah, I like the they take their time on the room. Very very well done. Much more health coming through there. So well done in Magdalite there. Hopefully they can make it through this Ever room now. Does have quite a few hits to work with, but is still taking them, so unfortunate for them if they do run into another heat room. But just construction zone, so, and a save. Saving with 7 health, kind of risky. If there's a heat room on the left side, there's no possible way of advancing. I don't expect it, but because I do think progression will be over here in Wreck Chip. Ooh, and that is a heated room. Unfortunate for them. They need to double revert. They cannot do anything over there. I don't think that's progression then. So they need to head probably back to Norfair now. They've explored all of Wreck Chip that they have been able to. And Spectralist will now attempt the Wreck Chip entrance here. See if they can manage this Magdalite room and subsequent Ever room with a little bit better mobility than Leslie. So if they make it through this room with more than, that's probably good. That one hit probably cost them their chances at Crumble Shaft, sadly. With 68 health, it might be barely doable to get through there. But I don't think it's the intended route here. I guess they do have Metal Pirates to wake up the room, which would be making that construction zone a farm, but I don't think it's the progression. I would check the X there down. Oh no, that's too much heat down there too. So yeah, it looks like Norfair is the play. Looks like Leslie's gonna try to get up here and see GT, sadly. Might hit the spring ball item now. No, decided not to. Gonna farm up and maybe then hit the double chamber item. With high jump and speed, doesn't take a heck of a lot of time to get up there. The wall jump method takes a decent amount of time, but with high jump and spring, you can just take a speedy jump almost directly up to the item here. As long as you are placed correctly here. Ooh, takes a hit. So that'll prevent Leslie from grabbing that spring ball. Had some issues with that speedy jump. Not an easy strategy, especially when you're under that heat pressure. Always causes more issues than you usually see. But Spectralist now coming back towards this spring ball. So they'll be almost tied when they get back here to double chamber. Yeah, here we are. So there we go. Back in the same room once again. Ooh. And yeah, Leslie having some issues with that speedy jump. But taking their time with this farm, not taking any deaths here, which is nice. And the farm isn't too terrible here. Oh, we're gonna abandon the item there in double chamber, sadly. It's honestly not too important with their current items. It does not actually used for that much, so I do like that they're abandoning it. The most important thing it does put in logic is that ice beam in GT's room. Looks like Spectralist will head over there to that ice beam now. See if they can manage one of the hard methods to get to that item. I think the spring ball method would be in medium, not too difficult, that one. But the hard method is this one, where it's the horizontal bomb boost there. There we go. Excellently done by Spectralist. Now back taking the lead after taking their initial detour into Norfair. Looks like Leslie wasn't confident in doing that bomb boost or crumble jump there in GT, so abandons ice for now, heading towards this Norfair map. Should be able to get there as long as there's no power bomb locks on the way to it, and a free item there in Wreck Chip Shaft. Unsure where Spectral is headed. Not heading towards map right now. Oh, finds Turian, so that is a good find. And does have ice for this Metroid room. And Fantoon is here in Leslie, or in Norfair. Leslie find that, which is an excellent find. And BT with another E-Tank. Yeah, it's pretty valuable without Varia. So we'll kill BT for that third E-Tank. And there's the power bomb lock there in Turian. So nothing doing up there in Turian.
Okay, so you might be able to get
Leslie
down here. I would check this and
go. Getting 4 E-Tanks now on Leslie, which is nice. I think we got a little peek there into the mentor talk, which is fine. We do find Spore Spawn, top of Spore Spawn, so can't go that way on the left. But map is to the right, so not a problem. And we do see Meridia blind for Spectralist, which is both good and bad. Doesn't know. I don't think he's seen the Fantoon save quite yet. And we do see West Ocean for Leslie. That is a nice find and has gravity, so doesn't have to worry about doing the fancy West Ocean jumps. And another tank here for Leslie, so up to 5 tanks on Leslie. That is a good amount for doing these hell runs. 2 tanks going through Rising Tide is pretty much the minimum for hard, I'd say. So managing it on this is nice. Screw does help quite a lot with that, though. Don't have to worry about any of the projectiles or enemies in that room. Just the basic platforming there. And does find a farm right after it, which is quite nice. Ooh. Alright, he has a save, so might as well go down there with Screw Attack. Not a problem with Screw Attack, can go down to the bottom of Worst Room. But with Fantoon here, they will want to kill Fantoon, save, then go down to Worst Room, the bottom. One of the worst maps you can see, but at least they don't have to come back up from the bottom, which is very nice. You could have the entrance to Worst Room be the bottom rather than the top. Alright, we do see pre-Bothoon hallway here, so that is an okay find with gravity, ice, and speed there, but directly into the wasteland, so does take a revert back to Norfair. That is blinded a lot of zones so far on Spectralist. Unfortunately, none of them yielded too much in this race. Couldn't get their maps in general. Not sure why they didn't go through the farm room that has the wave gate in it. Blinding through that would have been a good answer for the what's it called? Map, and then reverting back to it afterwards if you can't get anything there. But they decided not to. And we'll continue on in this Norfair region. So far, a good Fantoon fight here from Leslie. So, and here's the 4th tank for Spectralist. Always good to have with Novaria. Need those extra tanks just in case. And hopefully Leslie does go up first. Up to the farm first. Don't go down. Thank you. Does have enough health to make it down to the map with this, as long as they Screw Attack through the blocks very quickly. So shouldn't be an issue grabbing this map. And there's Spectralist Fantoon information. And Leslie having a decent amount of issues with this ocean. Gonna take a bit, I guess they're taking a little bit of farm for the Worst Room. But again, if they do it well, they should get down there with even less than a tank of damage. Downward, not a problem. Up is the main issue. Oh, we get a reserve for Spectralist, so might end up with more energy than Leslie, who hasn't found that reserve yet. We'll see how Spectralist Fantoon goes now. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Very good work getting down Worst Room in the game for Leslie. And there's our Norfair map. Don't see many majors. Oh, we get Kraid and a major over by them. So that is nice to see. We can get over there too. And there's an XP. Oh, that's Kraid. There's an XP on Kraid, so a good plan to go grab that. X is still very valuable with no power bombs. That's the most important thing that they can find at this point, with essentially 5 tanks for both of them right now. We did see Aqueduct for Spectralist, which was a thing we didn't find there on Leslie. So got another couple missiles. Nothing super important though. Are they heading towards that? No, they're heading above here. So can they make it to this map from where they are? Does not look like it. So sneaked by that map, just unfortunately just a little bit out of reach for them. unfortunate blinding for that map for Spectralist here. We'll just have to backtrack. Does not have a save after the tanks he's collected, so not gonna be reverting with those in tow. But now Leslie has to wrap around this entire Norfair back to Kraid here. Hopefully Kraid is holding those power bombs for us. They really holding out the power bombs in this seed. It's a good check by Leslie. All left rooms could be Billy Mays, but now that it's out of the way, you don't have to worry about those circles hiding X's on you. And we do see Spectralist blinding some pits here. Not really going to be the next progression in gravity-centric locations. The last major they've gotten is Spring Ball. Possible majors they could get is Spring Ball into ice. Is the only ones that they could really get. I think those are the last ones they really could have. But I do think Leslie should farm or save here, then head to Kraid. You both get that objective out of your way, and you have a possible X here. So, 2 in 1 shot there. No point in not doing it with Kraid over there. We'll get to see if their Kraid quick kill skills are very well practiced yet. Hopefully they can manage the speedy jump for Spring Ball. Again, not the most important major, but I don't think they've even peaked it quite yet. I don't know why they're not doing the speedy jump both ways. You can do it right or left there. As long as you get it fairly well, you'll be fine. And luckily the save is right next to it, so... Oh, did they not take... They didn't take the save, did they? They could have saved there in Caterpillar Room, but don't know why they were having trouble with that, so they probably should have saved closer if they were going to try for it. But Spectralist does find West Ocean, so we'll get up to that 5 in 1 now, and will Leslie try for this major once again? Again, it is, I think, logical. I think they do want you to do that speedy jump. I still think they should go over for Kraid first before leaving Norfair. I don't like that they left Norfair without checking Kraid in that X. Without the power bombs, like, you really need to be prioritizing X's. And that is a very viable one over there. I'm not sure. Actually, there is moat before that, but they do have gravity. I think the gravity jump is in medium, so I think it would be fine to do that. Also, did not save once again in Caterpillar. And looks like they will revert back into wrecked ship again. Kind of a decent time loss there. All right. So we get Fantoon for Spectralist. See if they can manage this one like Leslie did. Both taking a little bit of time with this, not getting really any Dopplers in, just taking a 5 missile approach. Which is absolutely fine. We'll get solid Fantoon done that way. But we will see Meridia 2 for Leslie. They could find. I do think those crate locked X is power bombs, so they might be able to find a note of logic one, but of course it could still be supers. I could just be making stuff up, but it seems likely at this point that it is. All right. We do see Rising Tide. I think we stopped Meridia fairly shortly after this room for Spectralist. I forget what we had beyond this, but it stopped them pretty quickly after this. And there is Fantoon dead for Spectralist, so hopefully we see them save and then head down worst room. Oh yeah, there isn't really much reason not to go this way other than the wave gate here. But hopefully they Leslie does just blind for this map rather than stopping at the gate here. Oh, you can get up to the top anyway, so the gate doesn't even matter. Oh, there's a power bomb door. Well, this is why I say you do have to prioritize those X's when you do not have a type of ammo. You need to go get those, no matter how far away they are. There we go. Map for Spectralist. Let's see what their decision is now. So there's 3 X's here in Nowhere. You could go to the one at. Oh wait, can you get down there? Yeah, you can technically get to the Mission Impossible one. I don't think that will be progression, but it could very well be a power bomb. Just an out of logic one that's a filler. We do see the wasteland item there for Leslie, but they did revert quite quickly. I really do want to see them go over to Kraid. You have to go there anyways, so you should just go over there for Kraid. It gives you an X and a major. Both can be very valuable. You could get Vari over there, and then your life is made so much better over there. But both of them on the same situation now. They could also check the X in Hotarubi. That is another X that I remember that they have seen. They really do need to check all X's that they can possibly get their hands on, though. But with Kraid over there, I think that's the best one to check at this point. Just will Leslie go for this major once again? Looks like they're going to Meridia once again. Again, better to go with the places you know than just blinding random areas. See what Spectralist does now. Going to Meridia once again. Okay, both of them choosing not to go over to Kraid. Really, really surprising. You get the boss out of the way, you get a chance at an X, you get a major. Very valuable things over there that are just being kind of ignored in favor of blinding. It's just very risky planning in general. It can pay off, but it's just Meridia's like you're guaranteed not to get the map at this point without power bombs almost, right? You could blind them somewhere in here, but let's see what we get. We get X-ray for Leslie, so nothing real important here. I don't think there's any uses for X-ray in medium at all, actually. In hard, at least the clips are in logic with X-ray, but with those being in hard logic, I don't think there's really any use for it. And we do get X-ray shortly after for Spectralist. We see another powerbomb lock for Leslie here, so yeah, nothing to do here in Meridia at all. Just can't do anything at all. Just complete waste of time down there. So we've seen all of Turian, we've seen all of Meridia we can do. It is guaranteed that we'll get an X somewhere here in Brinstar and Norfair for power bombs. There is zero other options for us. So Harubi and the Kraid X are both kind of likely to have power bombs. Mission Impossible could be like a 50-50 for power bombs, but it's kind of out of the way, so I don't expect either runner to check that. The first one I would check is that X at Kraid. You get a major, you get Kraid, everything is done at that point. Oh wait, is Kraid behind the super block? Okay, it is behind the super block. So technically you're not supposed to do that yet. So Harubi likely has the power bombs for us that are logical. Forgot that was not logical. I just saw the entrance into there and knew that I could do it. But we do both get Spring Ball now. So Ice now in logic for Leslie if they want to go get it. And Spectros already has that Ice, so that is a nice direction. But let's see if they try this super block now. Because that is the best sequence break they can hope for here. They can manage this sequence break here. They have Spring Ball, so getting in that gap is a little easier by that. And Spectralist already threw that that super block. Yeah. Leslie Pro has not tried that too many times. Spectralist has had some practice at it. So gets it pretty much first try. Hopefully Sunwoo does teach them how to do this properly, rather than just taking some runs at it like they're currently doing. I find the easiest way to learn is probably the double angle method and just jumping into the left wall there. Very consistent, easy to do. Let's see what we get here for Spectralist. We see charge, so that's nice. Taking a lot of hits though. Let's see. I do think Harubi does have our power bombs. It's not. It probably won't be this Kraid. I just kind of forgot that super block was not logical. This could still be power bombs, but it won't be the logical ones. Unfortunately, the Harubi ones are pretty far away, so I understand not going for them. Yeah, really having some issues here. There we go. We got the super block down on Leslie. Just taking trial and error there. There's more supers for Leslie as well. That couple that Spectralist did pick up there, but we'll see if these ones are out of logic power bombs or whether we do have to go to Harubi as well. And it is super, so I think the only power bombs available to us are those Harubi ones, so there we go. Got the jump across there and moat for Leslie, and getting back through the side hoppers there for Spectralist. Excellently done. That's what this screw attack's very nice to get for. All right. So, what did we get there? Oh yeah, we got charge and beach. So, yeah. Now they have to realize where Harubi is. That is their power bombs. They just got to be looking for those X's. Spectralist did not peek the wasteland item, so does not know where what that is. Can they get to the top of Ocean? Ocean could also be power bombs, I guess. No, never mind. They can't get there. It's a power bomb door, so. No access there, so Harubi, literally one of the last two X's they can get to. They can get to the Mission Impossible X, but it is powerbomb locked on the exit, so if they collected that one, that would be non-logical. But both have Kraid down now, so good news for both of them. One objective down. And Spectralist making their way over to Harubi, I would expect. Yep. Couple of bosses down now. Still need Varia to consider Ridley. Do not really have any sort of ammo or weapons to consider a suitless fight at this point. Not that I expected in a medium race, but never know. So yeah, bottom of that bubble mountain right there, where they're headed now. With 2 and 1, pretty tight for Spectralist here. Would want probably a little bit more than that. 4 tanks probably at the minimum. Probably farm up in Batoon Hall there. Probably the closest farm. Ooh, it does have a save, so worth just shooting for it right now. Ooh. Stopping off at Lonely Crab here for a little bit of farm. What's on the right? I did not see here. A little bit of farm. Okay, this is a farm too. Okay, that's fine then. Did not see that. I guess it's below Batoon Hallway. That makes sense. Did not even consider the below Batoon after considering Batoon Hallway as a farm. Makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, easy hell run with full health for them here. They would be expected to only get, I think, 4+1 of these tanks. I think they've both gotten every tank except for one reserve on Leslie here. So, but they should only need about a tank and a half for this hell run, really. Well, double that actually. Sorry, double that hell run. About 3 tanks then. From the below Batoon and back hell run there. But excellent job getting out of there for Spectralist, and almost go mode now. I think you save and check rec chip now for Spectralist. I'm not sure what stopped us there from map, but might as well do it now that we have power bombs. But save first, please. No, don't leave. Save first. Always save. Save, then go for map. If there's Ridley and Mother Brain up here, you want to be able to revert instantly. This will be a unfortunate backtrack out of here. Oh, what? So Leslie saved in Caterpillar and then went up the elevator, which is not leading them towards this power bomb pack. Don't think we've properly explored here. very much in wrecked ship. So there could still be an out of logic power bomb here. We will see crumble shaft shortly for Leslie and Spectralist. All right. See how they can do this crumble shaft with high jump and spring. This is definitely doable. Oh, it's a major plasma beam. And nice job with the crumble jump there on Spectralist. Let's see if Leslie can also manage this. Ooh, what? Yoink room? Yeah, yoink room. Okay. With the sand pit below, had to be yoink room there. So Leslie will find this plasma beam. Hopefully she remembers spring ball. Spring ball makes that room much easier if you don't want to crumble jump there, but does manage it and will likely be power bomb locked now that we see this Bryn shaft here. There's still a pit to check and a door on the bottom left of Bryn shaft. Let's see what the pit has in store for us on Leslie. Yeah, it is an X. It could be another power bomb pack here. Sadly, took some damage, so won't be making it back up this. Crumble shaft. We'll see if they make it out of the Ever room too. They have struggled with that room as well, and getting low on health there. It is more supers, so yeah, the game is really it does force you to do logic but it is a normal, but kind of interesting that it's holding on to power bombs so tightly. But yeah, Leslie kind of stuck here. Can't really go left or right with their current energy very well. And Spectralist having a tough time getting to this wrecked ship map, unfortunately. Seeing a lot of heat, so probably second guessing their decision to come here. Leslie did revert and grab the plasma once again. Excellent job getting through Crumble Shaft. Not the easiest thing to do, and definitely not logical to do without using the spring ball, but nice job nonetheless. But we do see Mother Brain here in Wreck Ship. So now is when, honestly, a revert would be an okay thing to have. Not. I don't think they've seen any Dragon. Could be wrong. Dragon and Ridley, last two bosses available. But if Ridley is here, and they don't have Vari anyways, so a pivot save out of this wrecked ship could be pretty valuable still. Get more power bombs. Always good to have a second pack here on Spectralist. Lots of blinding this seed. And Leslie does not recognize the Acid Chozo room, so dives in there head first. Luckily has the refill there. Not something you often see coming into the bottom of Acid Chozo. But Leslie has now toured this wrecked ship as completely as they can without power bombs. Will they pick up this super pack and then head back into Brinstar is the question. Alright, we see Decora for Spectralist. That could lead towards this map. It is bottom left in here, so always valuable, this map. There we go. Up to 25 supers, so... Alright. And it is... should be able to get down here, actually, with Screw Attack. I don't think they'll have too many issues with Screw Attack getting down the Key Hunter stairs here. Yeah, no issues at all. And Leslie is heading back to Brinstar here, where the power bombs lie. Alright, we get a major here in Wrecked Ship. In Proc Escape. And Ridley and Mother Brain. If this major's Varia, that is pretty valuable. You can also check criteria while you're right here. You might as well. No? Still... Yeah. Still looking for Dragon, so criteria and Turian connect here. So looks like they'll check this criteria here, which is a good plan. And Leslie will finally find those only power bombs here. There we go. Collected the logical PBs there finally. Spectralist will grab this item here in Indiana Jones. This space jump. Okay, that's a great find. Nice movement increase there for them. Does put a decent amount of things in logic in medium too, with the they don't want you to consecutive wall jump. Hopefully they can find a pivot save fairly close in this criteria, just in case this direction doesn't work out. And we are going to spark up the criteria super, so this will be complete one-way really for Spectralist. Not many people do anything to get back down this criteria supers room. I'm going to take a save here. There's probably a good save for getting back out of criteria. Alright, now where will Leslie head now? Well, they likely will head up to Wrecked Ship from here. Really do want to find that Dragon before heading to Wrecked Ship, as we know, but either direction is fine at this point. Key is to take pivot saves where you can. And we do get this criteria map finally for Spectralist. It was a decent ways out of the way. Let's see what we have here. Not much here. So the way back to Wrecked Ship is a pretty big loop down through the power blocks of Red Tower. But we'll just double revert. Doesn't care for that space jump. Okay. Understandable. Probably not the biggest deal reverting that space jump. Some things it can do for you, like not sure what I would put in logic. Probably like I would guess. Oh, can't remember the room name now. Crockshaft? Yeah, Crockshaft would require quite a few wall jumps in a row. I'm not sure how many are in logic for medium, but there's a decent amount of rooms that would require that. But Leslie heading back here into Wrecked Ship now, following in Spectralist's path here. Both of them just relying on those crumble jumps instead of the spring ball there. So pretty easy access there to Turian. Might as well take that path now for Spectralist. Could check that major in Croc Escape before leaving. If it's a valuable one, you head back around to Croc Escape. If it's not, you just leave it. But an easy check nonetheless. Oh, not going to check it. With it only being a room away from this decor, I would have liked the check before leaving it. I don't know if they have peeked it. They could have peeked it already, and I just didn't catch that when they did. But let's see how fast Leslie can get to this wrecked ship map. Good work getting through the Key Hunter stairs all the way to the bottom this time for Spectralist. Not having any issues. And all the way down to Turian now, just one room away. Alright, and Leslie does blind into Mother Brain here. So both now have that Mother Brain knowledge. And let's see how close this Turian map is for Spectralist. Looks like it's not too far below him right now. We get the baby room. Gonna take the pivot save here. At this point, Dragon is either in Meridia or Turian, so taking the pivot, probably not that valuable at this point. You're probably going to have to go down this way anyways. Down south, now that you found Mother Brain. Pivot save's less valuable now. Alright. Just a little bit more south from here and left for Spectralist, where Leslie is getting closer to this wrecked ship map. Getting to Parlor. We'll blind into Criteria first, though. Let's see if they get this space jump. And Criteria map before the wrecked ship map. No, they will not continue on. That's fine. And we do get Turian map. There's Dragon. So, still no Varia, though, so. What do we have? So, Turian very well might be our last zone here. We do want to find that Varia suit. We do have a couple majors here to check. One over here in Mickey Mouse, and one a little bit further down in the Phantoon. Ooh. Wave beam. So full beam for Spectralist. So a good amount of damage. If they're extremely experienced, I'd say a suitless Ridley would be doable now, but likely to head towards the Bryn Reserve for a refill and then over to the left for that major. This is why I do like checking the Croc Escape major before coming down here, in case that is Varia up there. They could be skipping both of these checks. They might have already checked it though. Like I said, I just wasn't. Got to focus on quite a bit things with this. And we do see a Croc kill there by Leslie. Excellently done. Not checking the Bryn Reserve for a refill here is interesting. Does have another tank on the left side, just if there is a... I guess they do have enough health for the runway back and forth. I do like grabbing one of the tanks for a refill, though, at the very least. Does have 3 reserves, so quite unlikely there to be reserved for a non-refill. But we do get Varia there, so Turian having the last major required for these runners, and the last boss that likely will be for either of them. Unfortunately for Leslie, having a real tough time with this wrecked ship map. But I think he's on the right track. Just has to... Oh, top door. Yeah. Top door was the correct call. Yeah. Trying vainly to get to the correct direction on this wrecked ship map is proving to be real difficult for Leslie. All right. But the only thing Spectralist has to do now is head to these bosses. And it does look like they want you to grab that Varia into Mickey Mouse to get to this Dragon. You could reverse Croc Speedway, but that's a hard trick. I think it is possible from up there. It does have the green pirates to the right side of it, but this is the intended direction to go for this Dragon fight. Unfortunately, we did revert X-ray for both of them, so no microwave here for our Dragon fight now. But should still be a very quick fight with Plasma full beam. Leslie, not super familiar with the crab maze, looks like. But will eventually make their way through here. Very safely too, killing all the crabs on the way through. Don't have to worry about taking none of those crab hits. Oh, almost got it through on one goop phase there for Spectralist. Just one charge shot away. And Leslie still blinding here in wrecked ship, sadly. Just not able to get to that map. It does just revert back to a pivot point here. Oh, exactly where they're pivoting from here. Oh. Alright, very close to the map here, actually. Just has to make it down this Key Hunter stairs. Does have the health to get down here. There's also a refill to the left that we did see earlier. Unfortunately, does not realize those are shot blocks, so does use a little bit of time using the power bomb there unnecessarily. You get to wait through a baby cutscene for Spectralist. And Leslie will get this map with no issues, which is excellent news for them. Spent a lot of time blinding here in wrecked ship, sadly. Will they head to Turian, though? They're very close. They could save and just head back to Turian. Probably check that major over in Croc Escape as well. They could also check Criteria. Spectralist now just heading back to Ridley and Mother Brain now. And yeah, they do peek this croc escape item. It is just grapple, so good knowledge, but not really necessary. Now, will Leslie go to Criteria or Turian now, is the question. Doing a little bit of farm before heading down. There was a refill down there. I'm not sure if they read their map. Well, it looks like they're heading to Criteria anyways first. Not going to leave behind that. They only need one boss, so it doesn't matter if they check Criteria or Turian right now. It's just a matter of finding that Dragon. They do have this pivot save here in the middle of them. Yeah, I think they just took the wrong turn there. Yeah. Excellent job getting up the parlor there for Leslie. Doing the Alcatraz escape. And Spectralist almost up here, finishing the seed here. Back in wrecked ship for Mother Brain and Ridley. Yeah, there's space jump for Leslie. Let's see if they decide to keep this one or not. Right decision is to revert. It does cost a lot of time to keep that space jump after getting this Criteria map. But here's Ridley fight for Spectralist. So far, decent with the full beam, full suit, Ridley. Unfortunate back pogo there for Spectralist, but almost finished with this now. Leslie will have a harder time with this Criteria Supers. Doesn't have a spring ball, but with screw attack can get through there, which is nicely done for them. And there's Ridley done for Spectralist. Won't pick up the tank for refill. Doesn't really need it. Has extra tanks anyways for what's it called? Mother Brain anyways. And we do see the wave gate right before, so technically not supposed to go without wave this seed either. Would not be intended to get through that without wave. All the super gate glitches are in hard, so Ridley kind of off limits to them without that wave beam. So quite a extended seed here that we have. A lot of majors absolutely required for this skill level. And get a nice pillars room right before Mother Brain. Hopefully they can make it through here without too many issues. Yeah, very, very clean getting through here. And unfortunately a power bomb door, of course. And a nice handy save, and Mother Brain connected at the wrong end of the room this time. Let's see if they can manage this Zeb skip in a reasonable manner here. Going for the non-screw attack method. And there is Leslie's criteria information. And we'll keep space, so that is a little difference there between the runners as well. A little bit Spectralist a little bit more willing to go without these majors. And yeah, Leslie trying to figure out how to get back from that one-way up climb supers. But where was Ship? Ship was what, Norfair? Or Brinstar? Brinstar. So not region away from Ship here for our runners. So maybe a 2-minute escape or something for medium. Maybe, I don't really know. Not good at this medium escapes, but we will see shortly. Alright. So Leslie will go back for the space jump after getting that criteria map and reverting it. So 1:30 for the escape. Not as long as I think, but I guess we're not too far away from where we are at right now. All right. So now Leslie has to make their way down to Turian here. Spectralist heading down through the yoink room on purpose for that time save in the escape. Looks like Leslie might head around the opposite way. We might head to Meridia too. That is another option for Leslie. Doesn't know where that Dragon is. Could be in either of those regions, Turian or Meridia. But we could also just be grabbing grapple on our way out of here. And here's our last room, second last room before Ship here on Spectralist. So doing a fairly good job of this escape so far. All right. There we go. Excellent run by Spectralist. We'll see if how long it takes Leslie to realize they do have their mentors in there with them, so they have a little bit more energy to spend on looking at race time results. I never have race time results up when I'm playing the seed, so. Looks like Leslie might. Yeah, looks like they're heading back down to Bryn, and there is Meridia and Turian connectors here in Bryn, I think. So, decent option for them to go down here instead of taking that Turian entrance. I think there was. Oh no, there's just Norfair. Oh, Norfair might have had both. Okay, Norfair had both the entrances. That's what I was thinking of. So it's an okay decision. Hello, Words and Spectralist. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, thank you.
Excellent race there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It didn't feel excellent.
Yes, we both thought we'd missed some major logic throughout the first third of the seed.
I mean, I'm still convinced we missed some logic. I just don't know where.
I think the only sequence break you really did was you did the super block and you got ice out of logic with instead of getting spring ball first.
Yeah.
I think
true.
you knew about spring ball, but
oh, that's right.
you skipped it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just looking at double chamber and just being like, there's no way it wants us to go back through double chamber on one tank. And 2 tanks feels like it shouldn't be medium, so I'm very confused. Okay,
Yeah, we were
the
desperately
credits.
trying to find anywhere else we could go than there.
Yeah.
Morph,
but,
E-tank, missiles, bombs, gravity, screw attack, spazer, supers, speed, high jump, then spring ball.
yeah, I wanted
then
speed and
ice.
high jump for speedy jump up there, I think. Yeah, spring ball, then ice. Then you needed all those tanks for power bombs. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big thing, is the power bombs we spent ages looking for, and then after we got them, it's like, okay, now where's Varia? And that's at the end of the seed. That was nowhere to be found.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was feeling really bad at first because it's just like usually there's like Varia suit before you have something like double chamber, because that's a tough room. And like we had only seen 2 tanks, so it's like, how could this be logic? But also I didn't see anywhere else that could have been logic, so I'm just like, okay, I guess we have to go this way. But part of me was just like, what if there's something that I'm just completely blindly overlooking? Because I do that sometimes, and I'm just like, what if this is another one of those times? And like, I don't think we missed anything, but it feels like it.
Well, and I think
we found a bunch of tanks. I'm like, okay, maybe it was just like another tank I missed, or maybe the threshold was more generous than I thought, or maybe the loop back to Big Pink through the one way was my other thought, which ended up not being
that was
the
what
case,
I was going to say, is that rationalization felt very comforting to me. I thought, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now you both the runners checked the Crate X before the Hotter V1, which was understandable. You go over there for a major and an X, so it's like, and you get Crate at the same time.
And a boss
you might as
build.
well.
Yeah.
It is out of logic because of the super block, but you do it anyways.
Oh, right, because Ken manipulate camera.
Yeah. That one's in the hard collection of tricks. So.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's one of
main
those tricks that everyone knows.
Yeah. But that was the reason I didn't immediately think of that when I saw super missiles, because I'm just like, okay, that's out of logic. Let's find what the logical thing is.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna give us something to get across double chamber. It just apparently was just health and high jump speed, I guess.
Unfortunately, that out of logic was a really safe one to get, because Kraid's over there, and I think there was a major, so it's like we're gonna have to go there eventually. You might as well poke in there now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was charged, so it's a nice major to get. So
that's where charge was. Okay, we were talking about that near the end of the seed. Neither of us could remember where we found it. When I was heading towards Ridley, words is like, "Do you have ammo for Ridley or something like that?" And I'm like, "I have charge. I've got charged plasma ice."
Yeah, because we were up there and it was just like, okay, well, if we had Varia, we'd be in go mode, because there's enough X's that we could just ammo. Like we're bound to find enough supers, and he's like, I have charge. Huh?
One question I have is, did you guys peek the croc escape item? I didn't see you guys peek it, but did you guys?
No, we didn't. We talked about it because we're like, this is in logic. No, we peeked it.
No, we did eventually. We eventually peeked it. It was grapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know whether you guys did.
Like, we could get that, but we could peek.
Yeah, because we talked before we even went around above it. I was thinking about going through there. I had enough health to do it. I know the trick to get up there, but I was like, it's probably not in logic, and or it'll take most of my health. So if it's another hot room to the left, it'll be a death.
Of course, we do see Leslie here trying to find the Meridia map, and it is behind Pants Room. So
did we ever? Yeah, we never got Meridia map, did we?
No,
I guess not. I thought we had all of them.
Nope.
No.
I'm so bad at remembering that.
One.
You came here with power bombs, so it was impossible to get to.
Yep. Not to mention the health, but I've grown to love depth settings because I know before we even start the seed, I know the general location of all the zones. It helps me keep track of them better in my head. This seed was so nuts, I couldn't do that. Like, it felt like I was back to
Yeah.
size-based regions again. I'm just like, what have we been to? What have we done? Where was this zone? Where did we see that? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this one was
It's
bad.
difficult.
Yeah, it was a
Mhm.
confusing one. I kind of miss back when the default settings had the ship always being Criteria just for the escape, because I always forget where the ship is and spend way too long going through all the maps, going like, where's
Yeah.
the ship?
Very true.
Yeah, this is unfortunately for Leslie here, just trying to get every map, and it just didn't work out. I've had a real tough time blinding wreck ship map. Wasn't too far behind at power bombs, but I think blinded a little bit more in what was it? Brinstar? No, not Brinstar. I think it was wreck ship before heading back to Hotarubi. So took even longer to get those first power bombs. Got to the Bryn shaft where you guys didn't get to Bryn shaft before we're getting those power bombs. So just lots of unfortunates there. You guys were pretty close for the most part through most of the seed.
Oh, that's good.
I definitely felt like it was going to be close up, at least up to that point. And then once we started finding bosses, it started feeling better. But
yeah, I felt like I must be behind throughout the whole seed, but apparently not. So that's good.
There we go. We get Leslie in here. GG's. Pretty hard seed there.
That was a very mean seed. Like,
that was nonsense, dude.
I have not seen a power bomb blocked seed like that to make me think of Zelda 1 randomizer ladder blocks in a long time. 'Cause that was ridiculous.
Yeah, like 20 minutes in, I was being like, so words, is it possible to just get a seed where you don't get power bombs?
Yeah.
I mean,
it is possible. I've heard of one person clearing a seed without power bombs. I've heard of it once. Yeah. So it's possible.
Possible, but very unlikely.
Yeah, that's about as rare as a ladderless seed in Zelda 1 Rando. It just doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a rough one for sure.
Yep, GG's indeed.
Yeah, absolutely, GG's.
It wasn't just a lack of power bombs, it was just a lack of resources. Also, the Varia suit was literally just nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
that's why my race time comment was started with the 404 error, because that's basically what it was. That Varia just did not want to be found.
Nope. No, it did not. And all of the maps, I don't think I've ever had a seed, or at least not in a long time, where I feel like I reverted out of almost every map check. I don't normally revert that much. I normally try not to, but like every map was off a long one-way or a suicide hot room. And it's just revert.
Yeah. Lots of revert, like even had a revert past worst room in the game as well. Which I wouldn't have even gone for without Screw.
Yeah, thank God Words was there, because I started heading straight to the bottom to get the map. He's like, no, that's Fantoon. That's Fantoon. Go back up. Like, all right.
We had seen the dead save, so we knew it was Fantoon. Like, 100%.
Yep.
And there was a save right there, so it was like get Fantoon down, get the save, and then check map. And
that was certainly a good move That was certainly a good call there. So I have to ask, where did that Varia suit wind up being? Is it because by
gotta be somewhere Torian, right?
It was Torian.
Bottom of Torian.
Yeah.
Still passed a bunch of heat, which with the health we had, no surprise there. But
but it's still very disgusting.
Early game.
Of course, it was past
though. I'm still shocked at what it wanted us to do, which we ended up doing it, but it felt like a hard, tricky seed much more than a medium seed, with the like double chamber in particular being like, oh, this is where the other majors are.
Yep.
Because like
I was like, we better check this.
Spectralist had gone in there, and I'm like, wait, this is a bad idea. We should turn around. But he had already jumped down the pit, so I'm like, okay, may as well make the most of it. Keep going. Then we find the save. Then we peek Ice and Spring Ball. It's like, okay, there's stuff over here, but there's probably like something else we're skipping, like Varia or something. So we should revert back and go find whatever we missed. Turns out we didn't really miss anything except for a tank and then supers that we could get out of logic, and it really was just go that way. That's your progression. It's like, what?
Yep.
Yeah, what I was hoping for is that there'd be something over in Crade's area, like a hidden pack of power bombs. So that's why you saw. That's why you all saw me persist with Spore Spawn skip.
Yeah.
Because at the time it made sense because the seed was being nonsense. It just didn't pan out. Because if that had been a pack of power bombs, that would have opened things up.
Yeah.
But I will admit, Charge being over there was nice.
Yeah.
Yep. And at least it was Crade, so you had to do all that eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to go over there. Not supposed to go through the super block, but that's fine. We'll do it anyways. One thing that the only last X that you guys didn't check was at Mission Impossible, which can be done illogically, but don't know if those are power bombs too. Those are the only ones that I was considering.
Yeah,
maybe.
we considered popping down there, but where it said something about it, not being in logic because we'd have to have to save us to get out.
Yeah.
Similarly, there was another X near there to the below there and to the left through the crumble blocks after Gauntlet.
Yeah.
That also would have required power bombs to get out, but it could have been power bombs. We don't know. We'll never know.
No one's going down there if you don't have to. But what a pretty nasty seed. 10 steps for a medium normal is lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 steps? Dang. Yeah. If I wanted a 10-step seed, I would have played modern day Link to the Past randomizer.
Yeah.
I kid. Even though that's where I started with on Twitch, was Link to the Past randomizer.
Nice.
And if you want a 20-step seed, you can go with the quad randomizer. Yeah, it has multiples, multipliers. You could probably get up to 50 steps if you were really going for it with all the settings.
Or you could do an archipelago between all of the Metroid games and all of the Zelda games at the same time.
That would take forever.
It'd be fun, but
cool,
there's so many that I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
there's also a lot that just aren't on archipelago yet.
Yeah.
Give it time. I'm sure they're working on it.
Yeah, they are. I'm really waiting for Metroid Prime 2 to be on there. I've been waiting so long for that one.
Yeah, I see. I was just checking that out in there because I just ripped my GameCube or whatever disc finally.
Nice.
So I'm finally gonna try Prime 2.
Prime 2 is a good game.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed that.
Prime. Fight me.
I enjoyed the Prime trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I hear from the community words. It's definitely a lot. Prime 2 is the best. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there might be an argument for the Prime 1 speedrun being better, but I don't like either of the speedruns, so
They're fun to watch, I'll say that much.
Very true.
All right.
And then the only other thing I didn't see was Dragon, which I'm assuming Turian, unless that one map I couldn't get it something to do with it.
Yeah, I think it was Turian.
Yeah, Dragon was right above Varia.
Yeah. Funny
we
path
say right above.
Dragon,
It was a bit of a loop, right?
It was a bit of a loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 6 tiles above, but you needed to cover half a Torian to get there.
Yeah.
You either have to do reverse Croc Speedway or go through Mickey Mouse to get to Dragon, so that's fun.
Oh boy, you could probably, somebody do me a favor. Somebody send this seed to folks who play the hard, tricky seeds and see what they think of this. Because honestly, this was for a medium seed, for a medium custom seed. This was, I'm not as experienced with Map Rando, but based off what you guys are saying, what I've experienced, I would say that this seed was on the upper end of the difficulty.
Absolutely.
Well, especially just the hot runs. The medium difficulties usually don't expect much in the way of hot runs, so Varia is normally pretty early on. That's what really confused us. Is we're like, surely it wouldn't be wanting us to do this without Varia. So initial stuff from that.
I think if you gave this to a hard tricky runner and didn't tell them it was medium, they would have. It would be annoying with all the back and forth and where everything was, but I don't think they would give it a second thought because the heat runs feel like hard tricky.
Yeah.
But for medium, this was just ridiculous.
Yeah, for medium, this was You know what? If for somebody save this seed for the finals of this tournament, because this would actually be a fitting seed for that, I feel.
All right, Spectralist, just make sure you get to the finals and you got a free win, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't remember by then. I barely remember the beginning of the seed already. By tomorrow, I'll have forgotten it completely. I remember the first map rando tournament that was streamed. One person was like, "Oh, I've seen this map before," and I was just like,
Yep.
"How on earth do you remember that? Even if you have seen it before, how do you remember?"
And didn't they
that?
like still lose the race or something?
They might have. I don't remember. It's too long ago now.
Yeah,
There's a couple cases of that. Doesn't happen very often, but yeah, I've seen that a couple
It
times.
happens even
People
less
remember
often
the map.
now. Because wasn't it
Yeah.
like used to the pool of maps was like 10,000, now it's like 200,000 or something?
Yeah, that
Sounds
wasn't
about right.
that large.
Yeah.
And being
Iteration.
ship start was like
Mhm.
a big thing too when that was going
Yeah, that cut
around.
the pool down to like a sixth of what it was or something.
True.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, GG's to both runners and the mentors. Thank you for racing. Excellent race.
GG's,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Yep, GG's, and thank you
GG's.
to everybody who organizes it, and commentators, and trackers, and etc.
Agreed.
appreciate everybody here.
Bye.
Right, later,
Bye.
everybody. See you next mission.
See you next
Yep.
time.